on probably. Just breathing, landing in your body, feeling what it feels like to be you today in your body as a human on the planet. It's so weird. Hold on for 1 second. I'm almost there. Okay, I am there. So feeling what it feels like to be you in your body, breathing, breathing, bouncing, moving. Um, Inhale, open, lift, reach it out and up. Reach to the heavens. Exhale, drop it down. Bend your knees, let your head release. If you're ready to get this far down, do it. If you're not, just stay standing. Inhale, open, stretch out and away. Up and away. Exhale, coming down to earth, feeling the gravitational pull and the fluid in your body drawing you down. Inhale, stretch out and up to the heavens. Exhale, soften and melt to the earth. Again, inhale, open, bring in that high transcendent energy, and then come down and ground it, connect to the planet. One more. Inhale. Maybe I said two before. Let's do two more. Inhale, lift, exhale, drop it down. Let your head and neck release. Last one. Inhale up, open, reach it out and up. Exhale, open your feet wider, drop it down, just shift from side to side, shifting your weight. Letting your head tail connection really come online, feeling into what it feels like to have a head and a tail connected by a spine and a torso and a lot of fluid and a nervous system, feeling that connection from the top to the bottom and the bottom to the top. And then roll it up through your spine, coming all the way up. Let's do internal rotation, rotate in, external rotation out. Turn it in with a cat-cow. Arch and open. Exhale, internal rotation. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, spiral in, spiral out, spiral in, spiral out. And let's just take your arms and from thinking of from your rotator cuff and from your chest and lungs, kind of retreating back and in. So it's kind of like that. And then you're going to rotate out and open your chest and lungs. I'm going to do it the other way, back and in, spiral and open and take it back. So you're kind of making a figure eight on the two sides of your body. Infinity symbol. Going forward, there's the top of the eight. Going back, there's the bottom of the eight. And you're feeling that in through your rotator cuff, your rib cage, chest, and lungs. I took a class while I was in Berkeley, actually at the Alembic. And I just have to say, I took two classes, and one of them was with Ian Zach, which was amazing. He's like a super somatic person with a lot of body mind centering and continuum and Bonnie Bainbridge, that is Bonnie Bainbridge Cohen, body mind centering, and Martha Eddy. So he's got some Laban in there. His class was lovely. We did a whole developmental sequence of like baby movement, which was really fun. But I took another class and it was like, I feel like a lot of people, let's just swing your arms out one side and then the other. A lot of people are developing systems of movement as if they've developed the wheel for the first time. And it's like, oh, you're doing a tombe pas debout, tombe pas debout re, tombe pas debout re. It's like, oh, we have words for that in dance. We've been doing it for a long time. So it's interesting, shifting from side to side when, and I think part of it is a very masculine thing of like, oh, now I've got this new thing. I've discovered this thing. We did this thing. It's so cool. I'm going to show it to other guys, or that sort of masculine energy. And then if you look at it and you do it, you're like, oh, this is called dancing. And if you take a ballet class and a jazz class and a modern class, you're definitely going to learn this stuff. Although ballet can be, and jazz and modern can be very objectifying of the body also. So it's interesting. Let's just swing back and forward. Swing it back and swing it forward and swing it back and swing it forward. And again, if it hurts to go down, just let it be a swing here. Feel the speed as it goes to the bottom and the back, and then the suspension at the top. And at the same time, I love that people are making up new movement and creating new programs of movement. It's great. We need all of it, and all movement programs have some good stuff, and no movement program has all the good stuff. No style of movement has everything that I have yet encountered. There may be one. Let's do a head side to side, undulating the spine in sort of a figure 8 pattern. Letting your head go off vertical, really leading with the crown of your head. So a maximalist approach to movement where you're doing a lot of different things is better than one where you're just doing one thing. Unless you've never really moved much before and you need to start with some foundational basics, some ideas, learn one system, learn another system, then learn another. Good. Let's drop our head. If you're looking for the absolute truth, you can only find it in one system, because there is no absolute truth. And so you'll just think you're finding it in one system, but in reality, there's a lot of truths out there. And any system that tells you it's the only right way, in my opinion, is full of shit. Let's come into center, one head one way, and Gaylord just showed up to prove that that is true. Head side to side. Do you like getting a lecture first thing in the morning? Let's shake it all out, let go of my lecture. Just be in your body, have a little party in there, celebrate being a human on the planet. Yay! At just past the solstice, winter solstice. I was at a Christmas party last night, and we got back and we trimmed our tree afterwards, and I had like 0 sleep last night, or let's say a few hours of sleep last night. But it feels good to move. I haven't done this class in a couple of weeks. Okay, let's actually do some Laban. Let's just go up and down. I'll start with my left. It'll probably be your right. Reaching to the ceiling, down to the floor. So reaching up to place high, down to place low. A little bit of Laban space, vertical dimension, up and down, up and down. We kind of started there with our movement today, the heavens and the earth, reaching high and low, high and low, bending your knees, up and down, and one more. And then we're going to cross and open in the horizontal, crossing, arm and leg, opening wide, spreading out, narrowing in, crossing the body, opening, expansive movement, side to side, cross and open, cross and open. Let's do one more for good measure. Cross and open, other side, crossing, opening. So the Laban-Bartenieff system is really a system of looking at movement. And there are, Irmgard Bartenieff didn't want to call her work exercises because that is so prescribed and there's a right way and a wrong way. She wanted them to be more like explorations, so she called them fundamentals. All right, let's go forward and backward, reaching into the front space, to the back space, taking it forward, taking it back, moving into the future, taking it back to the past. There's many ways you can think about this forward and backward action. Let's switch it to the other side, hand and foot together, backwards and forward. So we're sort of organizing one side of the body versus the other side of the body. We did some upper versus lower. We did some crossing and opening. Now we're going forward, backward, but we're going forward, backward with one side forward and the other side working in counterbalance. Good. We're not going to put the whole thing together today. We're just going to circle our shoulders. Oh, so I was hanging out with a baby hawk, a whole bunch, which was awesome. And one of the things that he just learned to do is like put his shoulders up and down. And like he realized how funny it was. So he would just be going like this. He's like 16 months old, 15 or 16 months old. So shoulders up and down, checking out the situation and then laughing a lot. Let them really go up, let them really go down, circling, and then the other way. A delightful child. And then let's do our lymph flush. So rubbing your hands together. Now you should have a lot of it moving already. So if anything's blocked, we're going to unblock it. Ideally, we're going to try and unblock it. Coming into your upper left collarbone with your right hand, working above and below the collarbone. So get in that whole up here place and then down there place. Be generous with your movement on your body, with your hand on your body. You can also move your body from the inside so that we're clearing this lymph node pathway, which is going back into the subclavian under your clavicle vein, which returns to the heart, filters out, and goes out through the rest of your waste systems. And if this is blocked, this is the main pathway back, then things start to get really stagnant in different parts of your body. No bueno. Switch it to the other side. Same thing. Don't be all like, unless it's really painful. If it's painful, then be very gentle. But if it's not, get in there, right? Don't be too, I don't want to say don't be too tender, but don't be too like mincy. Like get in there, unless it hurts. Relax your neck and jaw, relax your tongue. Ugh. Droopy voice. Relax your face. Everything's just okay. You don't need to worry. Right now, this minute, everything's okay. And then coming around to the angle of the jaw. I'm supposed to see someone today. Yeah. Who's writing me notes on my phone right now? Ah, let's make some sound with that. Ah, inviting the maybe humming. That would be the best way to do it. So try to hum out, and then inhale back through your nose. I think it's called Brahmari in pranayama, but it's also called humming, and that develops more nitric oxide, which is a vasodilator and anti-inflammatory, not anti-inflammatory, well, that's kind of anti-inflammatory, but antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial. And that's the nitric oxide that is created in the turbines of your nose when you hum. And then you want to inhale it back in. So, make the noise and inhale back through your nose. All right, next place. Let's just do our face. Squish up. Hard to hum when you're squishing around your nose, but doable. And then just under your angle of your cheekbone. Oh, squish around in there. Okay, shake that out. And we're going to right hand to left armpit. And then the other side, left hand to right armpit. We're just kind of squishing through here. My face feels really squished and actually feels kind of good. And then into our cisterna chyli. This is the bottom of my rib cage, and this is my belly button, right in the middle between the bottom of your rib cage and the belly button. Pulse in and up. You could also do some humping breath, some pumping breath. I'm snotting all over the place as I do that. So if you're snotty, it might not work, but deep diaphragmatic breathing also works the lymph and works that cisterna chyli. So you can huff and puff, or you can push in and up. Both of them are great, and doing them together, kind of weird to do them together, but still doable. So if you have like Vastrika or Kapalabhati breath practices, those are great for that as well. Let's go with the inguinal folds. You can bend one knee, bend the other, get in there between your pubic bone and your hip bones. And then down, back of the knees. Let's do a little bit of foot stuff today. Like you can't see my feet that well, but let's do it. Let's just bend and straighten and push up and down. So not just foot, calf, and ankle. I keep hearing people talking about how much that they have calf ankle injuries, and another person, they're like, oh, in the winter, my calf, my feet in shoes on the in the cold, walking on pavement, it's so horrible. So let's go up and down, get that blood flowing through there, pressing all the way up, straight legs, bend and lower. Imagine that you're a spring bouncing up and coming back down with lots of springiness. You can, let's take our arms with it too. So like you're creating this springiness imagination going on. My like cats have the most springy spines. They recoil and bound, right? Whoom, they can really go. So imagine you're having that in your spine, in your whole body, helping readjust your disc vertebrae relationship. So the discs are really supporting the vertebrae and getting nourishment. All right, shake that out, let it go. If you feel good about twisting, you're going to twist. You can flex, and it makes it less of a twist in your body. If you flex that foot and kind of shift your weight to the back, this is a more sort of qigong version of it, letting your hands hit your hips. If twisting is hurting, don't go very twisty. If twisting feels good, come into two straight legs and spiral a little deeper, looking around behind you. Ah. Also, this is also stimulating your lymphatic system. And there's, I mean, our whole body is just routed through with a lymphatic system that's clearing away toxins and waste. So thank you, body. Thank you, lymphatic system. All right, let's do one more breath thing. It's gonna be a, you can go in and out through your nose, or it can be in and out. It has to come in through your nose. It can either go out through your nose or out through your mouth. And since I am kind of snotty, I'm probably going to go out through my mouth. So we're just going to reach up. We'll just do like, let's do 16 of them. So up and down. Inhale, exhale. 2, 3, pretty strong. 4. Good. That was roughly 16. I saw my cat, Gaylord, looking at me like I'm insane from the other room. The breath work, they're all used to us doing weird things now and making weird sounds, but the breath work always seems like they're kind of like, what are you doing? Does it have to be that loud? Let's come and lay down on the floor. And the pea pod is behind the Christmas tree, which is over to, you can just see some of the branches poking out. Ah, coming down. Oh, into the floor. Yay, gravity. Let yourself land. And then let's just take a little rock of your sacrum, head, tail, chest, lungs, getting a, we call it like a rhythm of movement. It's not like that kind of rhythm, although it kind of is, but on a different level. But you're sending a ripple and a rhythm of movement through your spine, through your gut body, through your head tail connection. Ha, like a wave up and down, just freeing up some flow inside your spinal cord from your head to your tail. Little cerebral spinal fluid getting some nice squishy movement, and everything else too. All right, calming down, and let's just knee drop from side to side, letting this massage through your butt, opening and closing two individual legs. So I was in the city. I turned out to be in New York City for 2 days because there was some stuff going on that I needed to be there for. And so I went to Equinox and met up with Rachel Sibony and said, hey. And then I got to the joy and pleasure of taking a solstice equinox class, which was a yoga class in a warm room, which I think, like, let's see, I had flown in the night before. So I feel like that was a good release, like hot yoga, but it was a vinyasa class, not Bikram. And it was great. It was fun. It was super fun to be in a hot room, and it was hard. I had a hard time, but it was also great. I was like, oh, this is fun. Stick it out. Do it. Let's cross the whole way if that feels good. There is a real magic of being in a room with other humans doing exercise, the same exercise, right? The military has made great use of this magic of bringing people together in their bodies. But and so have many dictatorships, right? Get people moving together, they're going to feel aligned to each other. Although it's kind of amazing to me how petty people can get about their spots in yoga classes. That, of course, did not happen in the one that I was in, but it can be that way. All right, let's stretch our legs out. Take your hands behind your head. Let's just go up and down first, just up. Exhale up, inhale down, reach out through your legs. Let's take our elbows towards each other and then open them wide. Flap your wings. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. And then let's do the whole way. You're going to go to the right, come up the center, go to the left, squish across the floor. To the right, center, left, open it out. This does not have to be your biggest movement. Two more in that direction. And then just relax and rest for a second before we go the other way. In the rest, turn your head gently from side to side. Again, free up your head tail. You can wag your tail, just free up your body. Let it go. Release. Ha. Big inhale, filling up with breath. Exhale, letting go, letting tension melt away. And then imagining that the water in your body can just relax. It doesn't have to hold on to anything. Not only that, it can't hold on to anything. The water in your body is not tense. Other parts might be, but the water isn't. So tune into that water element. Take your hands behind your head, take it to the side and forward and sideways. So going to the left and center and right. Yeah, I spent a lot of time lying awake in my bed last night, feeling that relaxation in the fluids in my body. And I have to say, it was really lovely. Instead of ruminating, I just tuned into that sensation of melting and softening and letting go in the water, which is doing that anyway. Two more. And by water, I don't mean I'm laying in the tub, I mean the water in my body. All right. Let's do let's do a side roll. So rolling from one side to the other. Just opening and closing. Massaging through your back on the floor. If you want to open all the way and then close it in, you can. Roll, massage, lengthen, and open. One thing that was surprising though in the yoga class, and I guess it's not surprising because it's a yoga class, and there's also plenty of dance classes that start like this, was we started pretty much in a forward fold, but we hadn't done any kind of hamstring work other than standing stuff. And we did a little bit of standing stuff. We did a little bit of stuff on the ground, but not a lot of real warm up for hamstrings. So for me, to warm up your hamstrings, you want to do some of these bridges. So let's do some of those and warm up our hamstrings before we go into. We did forward folds in here too, but with our knees bent. Inhale. So, I mean, I start with that heaven and earth, but you don't need to be getting your biggest hamstring stretch at that point. It's better to let your knees bend a little bit so that we're tissue prepping. We're not going for our hardest stuff. Inhale up, exhale down. So this is the precursor, in my opinion. Well, one of the good precursors to hamstring stretching are bridges or pelvic lifts. And let's leave our hands on the floor. Open your feet just a little bit wider and press your pelvis up. Circles with your hips. Big circles. Massaging your shoulders. Letting your head be kind of free on the top of your spine. and change direction. And then come into center, roll it down through your spine. Just really slow and small, shift your pelvis on the floor. Doesn't have to be a whole knee drop. Start it from your pelvis. So it's like you're taking this part of your butt and hip and just drawing it deeper into the floor, massaging out your glutes and your sacrum. I can arch more here in my back and that gets lower in my glutes, or I can curl more and that gets more into my sacrum. But just getting some massage through that tissue in your lower back. And then let's take a happy baby pose. Oh, breathing into it, letting your body do what you need to do. I need to roll forward and backwards, so I'm going into doing that. If you want to hang out in your baby, go for it. Okay, that's good enough for me. I am going to let's do these. I'm just going to do it backwards. Uh, Knees are out in front of you. Spiral, paint the rainbow. Take it down to the floor, surrender. Open it up and twist over to the other side. Dynamic mobility, moving through space, giving yourself the capacity for movement. Hey, Peapod. Here she is, the little pea. They're all very happy to have me home. But yeah, they don't get that much attention when they're just here with Anthony. I mean, he's just got a lot of his own stuff going on. So last night there were 3 cats and 2 humans sleeping in the bed last night. And you can just imagine. I'm sure a lot of people out there, I know people who have like 2 huge like dogs sleeping between them and their partner. So, but the 3 cats, like 2 of them are pretty hefty and they are pretty good at like stealing a good portion of the bed and pushing you away or pinning you into it. And before you know it, you're stuck. Okay, let's do this. You're going to reach your arm out and your leg back and you're going to come together. So stretching out on the diagonal, bringing it back. Stretch it out, bring it back, reach it out, bring it back, reach and together, reach and together. 2 more, out and last one, out and roll it over to the other side. Reach it away, bring it in. I am doing like a tiny little bit of a push up on my arm, but mostly it's my upper and lower body stretching out and away, elongating, and then coming back together towards each other. Reach it out, bring it in, reach it out, bring it in. 3 more, 2, last one. And come down onto your back and just relax for a second. Take a breath while I turn off the heat. Yeah, if I put the heaters, the radiators on, like it takes a minute, but once those things get kicking, it's very warm. All the cats are like sitting on different radiators right now, warming their butts on the radiator. All right, let's do some leg stuff. So right leg out, straight down below you. You're gonna flex foot. So this is flex, demi point, and point. We're gonna go with a flex foot for 4, just about up to your knee level. Going 1, 2, doesn't have to be high. 3, 4, tippy toes. 1, 2, we're gonna go high in a minute. 3, 4, pointed toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flex up, point down, high. Up and down. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna go for 8. 4, 5, 6. I'm exhaling up, inhaling down. 7, 8, flexed foot, turn out, kicking up the center. 1, 2, 3. I'm just leaving it flexed the whole time. Turned out leg. 4, inner thigh brings it up, outer thigh brings it down. 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's take your hand behind your hamstring or wherever you can grab on. Up, flex through your foot, point, fold it in. Just 4 of these. Up, flex, point, fold, long leg, extend all the way. Flex, point, close, last one. Up through your foot and point, fold it in. Bring it back up, circle with your ankle. Circle one direction and circle the other. Yeah, especially as we age, there can be all sorts of weird nerve shit going on in your feet. So move them, keep them moving. And also as we age, like, especially when we get quite a bit older, it's harder to balance. And like our feet are so good at balancing us. All right, let's start this whole thing with a flexed foot on the left for low legs for 4, going 1, 2, flexed, reaching through your heel, 3, 4, tippy toes, 1, 2, train now for what's going to happen later, 3, and for what's happening now, 4, pointed toes, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we are going to flex up and point down for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, leg is parallel, 5, 6, 7, 8, turned out leg, flex foot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shake it out for a second. Grab behind your leg, down, up, flex, point, fold, extend, flex through your foot, point through your toes. Flex, point, up, flex. I think we need to do 2 more on this side, simply because it's the left. So we're doing an extra couple. And then shake it out. Circles with your ankle in one direction, circles the other way. And then grab your foot and squish it around. Give those feet some attention. Shake everything out. Shake, 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 shake. Let it go down into your pelvis. And let's do some bigger spirals. Head going in the opposite direction. Knees bent or straight, whatever feels good to you. Oh, not always, but I usually get some cracks out of this little chiropractic adjustment as I am going. Oh, got the white kitty joining. Just almost off camera, but he is right here. Hey, buddy. All right. Let's flip over onto hands and knees. And let's go right away with, let's get a little more active. Curl your toes under. Hold on, I just need to do a wrist thing. Curl your toes under. Take your butt up to the ceiling. Downward dog. Walk through your feet. Stretch out your calf and Achilles. Let your hip drop on one side, the bent knee side, and then the other side. So really getting that tissue through the back of the leg, through the back of the hip, through the lower back, through the feet to have some movement. And then heels high, scoop your belly in, round your spine, roll it forward into a plank. Drop your head, push, roll it up to the ceiling, lower your heels. Heels high, scoop your belly in, round your spine, roll it up. Drop your head, push, roll it to the ceiling and lower. Heels high, belly in, roll it forward. You could also be doing this. If it's too much to be in the downward dog, just roll the wave in from all fours. Last one. Take your knees down to the floor. Let's go forearms to the floor. You're gonna take your weight kind of forward, just internally, externally rotate your hands. So spiraling your hands in and out, massaging through your forearms. And then you're gonna take it into a forearm plank, one knee to the floor at a time, parallel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Twisting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it down to the ground and let your legs fall from side to side, massaging through the front of your quads, relaxing your back. And then you're going to circle your legs around, circles. And then the other way. And then egg beaters. So wait, how do we do these? It's really that you do it however it makes sense to you. Circling one side, circling the other. Try to relax your pelvis and let the movement like have its own flow. So the movement's doing the movement. Change direction of the egg beaters if you can. Might feel really awkward. And then let's work with our upper versus lower in a cobra. Squeaky Deaky's down there on the floor, just totally out of camera. I mean, not out of camera, but there he is, little buddy. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale up, baby cobra. Exhale down. Upper body. Drop it down. Upper body. Drop it down. Just the lower body. You can take your hands down by your sides. Just the legs. Up and down. Up and down. I'm starting to get really hot in my onesie. And down. Up and down. Let's go upper and then lower. So upper body, arms out, and then lower body. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, using your breath. And come all the way up. Let's go up and down a few times. If you need to come into a child's pose, go for it. Feel free to shake yourself out and release as it's going on. So you're not just building tension all the time. You're going up, we're building the stretch, and then you're letting the tissue get relaxed. Oh, here goes the pea pod. Take it into a child's pose. Breathe and melt. Soften, let go. I'm going to have to do it. I brought a change. I'll be back. Breathing, big deep breaths like a balloon into your body. So you're filling up, expanding, getting bigger on the inhale, and then melting, releasing, shrinking on the exhale. Oh, dressed like an actual workout person now. All right. It's actually still cold in here. It's just that those onesies, if you have issues with being cold, get a onesie. It really it keeps the heat in there. It's like, I'm like, wow, it is actually pretty cold in here. But in my onesie, it was toasty. All right, let's open the hands wide and make big circles with your chest down to the floor and up. Free up your shoulder blades on your back. Let the movement be about the movement, not some kind of burn or some kind of idea about what you should look like. Let the movement be about the movement. Circling your chest, freeing up your inner body, change direction. Yeah, I'm just being totally spectated here by the white kitty. And the pea pod. And come in. There is the glorious white kitty, Squeaky Deeks. Also, his real name is actually Zazen. We thought he was going to be a really chill cat when we got him, but as it turns out, he's actually not chill at all. I think he was just unhealthy. So he seemed really calm, but he's actually very active and likes to run around and play, but super gentle. He's such a sweet guy. All right, that's my sales pitch for my cat who's not for sale. Let's come to our elbows and our knees. Getting right leg out behind you. We're going to kick the ceiling up and down, going 1, 2, 3, 4. I endorse my kitty. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's come onto our sides and do a whole bunch of things down there. So I did take a yoga class also when I was in California, which was really gentle, but also kind of hard, and I liked it. Good thinking. So we're going to actually start with something that we did there, which is you're going to come to but one knee down like this, and you're just going to stretch over here. Inhale, hand up to the ceiling. Now I totally can't. I know what it is. I know what it is, but I have to fix the camera for this to work. Inch around here. There we go. Okay. So we're here. One hand down. You're going to come up to the side. Take it down. If you can't go all the way down, don't go all the way down, but just the side stuff. Look at that. How exciting. A new exercise. Every once in a while, I come across something that I haven't done like that before, and I'm very excited about that. If your knee hurts, you could do this just seated on the floor with one leg in and one leg out, seated like in a half butterfly, half straddle. But I like the full whole head tail connection thing. Lower body is more stable, upper body more mobile. All right, let's just stay there for a second. Onto your side. You're gonna take it backwards and then sweep it down past your knee. Inhale, open. I have changed his exercises that I learned slightly and glorified them. Circle it forward. We could do a full arm circle here. Up, open your chest and lungs, coming down and in. Up and open. If that hurts in your rotator cuff, take your hand on your shoulder so that you have this other less weighted position. Let's go the other way, opening out. So I'm letting myself open out. We actually have done this exercise, but from a forearm plank usually. Oh, the glory. Love chest and lungs and heart opening. And looking at my tree over there that you can't see. Let's take it over to the other side. Just starting with the side stretch. And then inhale, woo, up. Use your arms as much as you need to, right? Like I can go from here. If I leave my arm over my head, it's harder. I got to work my side body more. If I use the momentum of my arm, it helps pick me up, right? So I'm trying to use the movement to make it more efficient and easy. A lot of Western exercise focuses on working harder. Maybe think about working easier, working more efficiently. We're John Henrying our workout. Work as hard as you can. Go through the mountain. That's one of my specialties, going through the mountain. But then when you get to the other side, you know you can do it. All right, let's take it down to that side. Take it back and down. Just opening. We'll get to the circles in a minute. And then this way. Oh, that feels good too. You can just feel what the different things are doing. moving in different ways. I'm going to circle the whole way around. Inhale, open. If you're on your own exploration that looks nothing like mine, bravo. You're a creative person. Also, feel free to put your hand on your shoulder if you need to make this less intense. Go the other way. Lots of good things for the side body here. And bring it in. Let's do this. We're going to do the up and down. So pressing up, slowly heels towards your sit bones, press it up, take it down. If you need an assist or if this hurts your knees, don't do it. If you need an assist, you can take your arms out in front of you to help balance that out. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can just take it back on the diagonal so that we're working the quads as they're lengthening, working them on the stretch. You can do any version of those. I like to just do the variety pack. That's the other thing I've been hearing a lot about knees. And since I did that whole knee rehab this past year for that pes anserine bursitis that I was having, and my knee feels so much better now. And come down and relax. Yeah, if you're having an injury, try and find somebody to work on it. And I mean somebody who is like a chiropractor or a massage therapist or a physical therapist or somebody who's going to put their hands on your body and help you figure it out, or at least switch whatever's going wrong. But often, if you keep doing the same things that you've been doing in your body, then you might be re-injuring it. So you want to start to think, what do I need to add or subtract in my movement pattern to heal faster? Cheers. All right. Where are we time-wise? Oh, let's just do 5 more minutes and then we'll be done. So I want to do side lying because I'm still on that leg business. So we're going to start sideways, flex foot, up and down for 4. 1, 2, 3. Legs are straight down below you. 4, tippy toes. 1. You can't see my foot at all because I have black socks on. 4, point toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flex foot, kicking up and point down for 8. 1, turned out. 2, 3. Might not be this high. Knee towards your shoulder. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to go for that Pilates pike and take it forward, flex, and point back for 8. 1, 2. You can let your upper body move here or not. 3, whatever feels good to you. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's grab it on that one. Take it back, heel into your butt, taking your knee back in space. You can do a little internal and external rotation there from your hip socket, letting that move through your quad. You can also kick into your hand. So you can kick back and then draw it in, take your knee back, feel into it so that you're getting a quad stretch and you're moving the inside against itself. So inside your body, there's some glide and glide of the muscles, tendons, ligaments, IT band against the layers underneath and around so that nothing's getting gummed up, but there's freedom in there. All right, that's all we're going to do for that. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Let's do a quick hip stretch, either ankle over knee or knee over knee. I guess I'm going to go ankle over knee. Draw it in. You can grab through or grab your foot. Breathe. Let go. Get that nitric oxide. Release it, shake it out. So when I'm doing humming, I'm usually kind of moving my tongue around inside my mouth, creates kind of overtones, and it's almost like the sound of like an airplane coming down in the distance. I don't know. That's sort of what it just sounded like to me just now. All right, other side. Straight, parallel, legs directly below you, flex foot, up and down for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tippy toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pointed toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it out. Oh, I see what I did. Well, we're just going to go up and down. I didn't do the whole thing. Well, this is how it's going. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's from lack of sleep. 5, 6, 7, 8. Meaning I didn't do the turned in and turned out version. We just did parallel, but that's just as well. Take the legs forward, flex forward, point back. So now you are in that Pilates pike. See, I am just out of reach of that thing behind me. You may have to inch away from furniture. Flex forward, point back. Long leg. Reaching our leg out into that back space is tremendously important for our sitting culture, right? So opening up your hip flexor, stretching the front of your gut body, your psoas, all that stuff, the front of the inside of the spine, all of that. It's not that the front of the inside of your spine needs to stretch, but it is when you do this movement, right? So you are squishing around those discs again. I'm not counting anymore. Let's say that this last one is 8. Grab on, heel in towards your butt, stretch your quad. Breathe. You may be doing my class or working out, and you may feel like, oh, I just need to shake something out before I do the next thing. Always listen to your body and do that. You turn it in and out, or push into your hand, or do all of the things. Hello. Hi. Hi. His little devil horns on his head are like getting lighter and lighter. But he's just as soft and squishy as ever. Good. And then release that, shake it out, roll onto your back, take your legs up to the ceiling, shake, shake, shake. Cross your ankle over your knee, draw it in, breathe into it. Relax. Let the fluids in your body relax, which they are anyway. So let the fibers in your body relax with the fluids in your body. All that fiber, that's like your connective tissue, your bones, everything, all the stuff that's creating form. Shake it all out, shake it all out. And let's stretch our legs out and just take a little heel rock. If you have a mat, try to dig your heels into your mat. If you have socks on a wood floor, they're just going to slide. So just take your socks off of your heels so they can dig into something. See if you can send a ripple and wave up and down your body. Moving the water around inside your body, letting go of tension. Just letting the movement release and let go. And then let that go and internally, externally rotate. Take your knees into your chest. Let's roll forward and backward a couple of times. If you want to take that into a squat or into standing, go for it. And from there, let's come into the forward fold. I'm going to open my feet wide and just shift again, letting my spine free up, shifting my weight from side to side. Bending one knee, bending the other. Shake your head no, nod yes. Relax your jaw, and then roll it all the way up. Coming up to the top. Inhale, open up, and exhale, shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Oh, my little kitty shook his feet there too. He got into it. Inhale, open. Exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Ha, let it go. And that is it for today. If you are out there in the interwebs, in TV land, feel free to like and subscribe. And we had somebody in there with us. I will be teaching next Saturday also. And I'm teaching for the Alembic of Somatic Inquiry Practice on Wednesday, which is at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time at 11:30 Eastern time, which is only 40 minutes, 45 minutes, 40, 45, something like that. It's a dive in, coming into presence. It's a great way to come into a parasympathetic state, which is rest and digest, soothe and settle. And that is where we heal, where we digest, where we process. So it would be nice to join me there at the Alembic. It's a different link than this one. So if you are in here and you want
When
to
is that?
come,
What day?
Wednesday at 11:30.
Well, thank you
Yeah.
for the class.